Stuart Varney, also known as the most pompous man on TV, this is wild. He was doing his show, and he was perhaps a little bit too honest. He argued that a media outlet should actively coordinate a smear campaign against a politician that he doesn't like.
I just think that maybe Mr. Bezos should do something about the Washington Post, which he owns, lock, stock and barrel, which vigorously supports.
However, as you know, that is separate from Amazon. That is a private investment by Jeff Bezos.
But he's got control of the Washington Post. If he doesn't like Bernie and Elizabeth Warren, make a change in your editorial policy at the Washington Post, for heaven's sake.
So you're
Why
saying
don't you?
Use the Washington Post to go after Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren if you want more pointed.
Why not? Why is the Washington Post the most outrageous leftist organization in America, with a few other exceptions, and it's owned by Bezos, who's with Bernie Sanders having a go at him?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Take the gloves off.
Utilize all levers. That's your point.
Now, keep in mind, the reason why there's a fight between Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and Ro Khanna and some Democrats and executives at Amazon is because workers are having to piss in bottles. Amazon drivers are having to piss in bottles and shit in bags. And Amazon is actively trying to quell a vote for a union in Bessemer, Alabama. An Amazon union in Bessemer, Alabama. And so they're treating their workers terribly, and there's this all-out propaganda effort. And so Bernie and some Democratic politicians are making the case that we need to hold these oligarchs accountable and hold Amazon accountable and have better labor standards and have the PRO Act and have unions. And you had executives at Amazon going after Bernie saying, we actually do what Bernie only talks about. He's always talked about a $15 minimum wage. We actually implemented a $15 minimum wage. He hasn't in Vermont. He's not the governor of Vermont. He's a U.S. senator. What does that even mean? And by the way, as Ro Khanna pointed out, the only reason Amazon pays $15 an hour is because of Bernie Sanders and Ro Khanna. Because they threatened Bezos with the Stop Bezos Act. And Bezos was like, all right, yeah, and anyway, 15. Yeah, totally. I totally want $15 an hour. Why? Because he was scared that bill would catch on because the bill was framed from an intelligent right-wing perspective where it was like, hey, if we make Amazon pay $15 an hour, it reduces the size of the social safety net and shrinks the size of government. Don't you want that, conservatives? So Bezos feared that Republicans would hop on board because Republicans also don't like Amazon for other reasons. And so he's like, all right, I'll pay $15 an hour. And so he started paying $15 an hour. So Bernie and Ro Khanna are the reason why that happened. And they're out there taking credit like they decided one day, because they're such nice people, that that's what they should do. Ridiculous. So that was the genesis of the fight. What Varney is saying is, hey, I don't like that Bernie Sanders is taking shots at this billionaire oligarch. The billionaire oligarch should fight back. How should he fight back? Well, he owns the Washington Post. I love how Varney's guest is trying to hide the ball a little bit, where she's like, oh, wait. But Washington Post is separate from Amazon. Washington Post is separate from Amazon, totally different entity. And Varney doesn't get the hint, and he's like, yeah, but Bezos has control of the Washington Post as well. Thank you. So this is Varney going, yeah, he's an oligarch billionaire, and oligarch billionaires can do oligarch billionaire stuff. They're really in control of everything. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you for making the left-wing argument for us. That's exactly what we've been saying for a very long time. That indeed, when you have oligarch billionaires, they're oligarch billionaires. And they control a hell of a lot more than you think they do. And they're the people who really control society. Corporations and billionaires, they're really in control. So this is Varney saying, why doesn't Bezos just use the Washington Post to smear Bernie relentlessly? It's what I would do. I got news for you, Stuart. You're just a little bit undereducated on this topic, because that's exactly what the Washington Post does. Don't you guys remember? I forget if it was 2016 or the 2020 race, but the Washington Post ran 16 anti-Bernie Sanders stories in a 24-hour period. 16 in a 24-hour period, and every last one of them was beyond absurd. Where they lie, they put out misinformation, they smear. So, Stuart, the Washington Post is already doing the exact same thing that you're telling them they should do. But perhaps Stuart Varney just wants it to be more aggressive and more over the top and more obvious. Because, Stuart Varney has never met a champion of working people that he doesn't despise. And Bernie Sanders is the best example of it.